Hey, what do you say? Just Rucking with you. We are here with Philip Tracey, part of our new player series called RUCK YEAH. Philip is a six for the Bowling Green State University Rugby Falcons. I'm getting ready to take a trip south where it's a little warmer for the national championship. Phil, great to see you. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yeah. Maybe just quickly introduce yourself, where you're from. This is your background, and we'll jump into the interview.
Yeah, sounds good. Hi, I'm Philip Tracey at Bowling Green State University. I'm a fifth year. This is my third year here. I'm studying environmental studies and playing rugby and just trying to have fun.
Loving life. Any nicknames that the fellas call you that we can say on air?
I don't really have nicknames. I mean, dipshit maybe.
I think that might be mine as well too from time to time. Oh, that's great, man. Well, listen, prepping to interview you and learning more about BGSU rugby, man, I'm pretty blown away. It's a phenomenal program, one steeped in a lot of tradition, a lot of victories. Listen to this: 2,652 wins, 424 losses, and 88 ties. Not too shabby.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. A lot of that is around culture. So before I start asking any questions about you, maybe you went to Lindenwood and played for a couple of years, and then you transferred kind of back home. You're from Dayton, so you're a little north now, right? At Bowling Green State. So maybe talk a little bit about the culture and the transfer and why that happened and what you really love about playing rugby there.
Yeah, so culture is a funny thing because while coaches have influence, a lot of it is geared towards players. Players set a lot of the culture at a program. And the big difference between the two, I'd say, is at Lindenwood, everything is super competitive. Everything's super cutthroat. Everyone's vying for a spot. And that can lead to kind of some animosity between players. And then you come here to Bowling Green and it feels like everyone's friends first and then players second. And everyone's here to have fun and be with you and be in your corner. And not saying that they don't do that at Lindenwood. It's just
Sure.
There's different focuses, it feels like.
Well, think about friends and family. It's a huge thread through BGSU, right? With the coaches, Coach Maz and Coach Maz, Roger Mazzarella, coach from 85 up until 08. And then his son, Tony, who you guys call Coach Maz, has taken over and talking about tradition and culture and family and kind of that brotherhood. You can see why Bowling Green State is proud of a program as it is. 40 years of Coach Maz will help that out, right?
Yes, sir. And he's still very involved. He's our president of rugby still, and he comes to all of our games. He acts as our photographer, and he's still very involved.
Couple of legends.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so maybe let's talk. How did you get introduced to rugby? When did you first have a rugby ball in your hands?
So it's actually a pretty cool story. So my parents, both of them went to school together at the University of Dayton, and my dad was a football player, and my mom decided to try out for the women's rugby team, and she played all 4 years, and then they lost their coach, I think, going into her junior year of college. So my dad picked up the only 3 books that they have from the library, learned everything he could about rugby, started coaching there, and then
what he was trying to do. He was trying to romance your mom back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a ploy, I think.
Old Pops is slick.
Yeah. But then he started playing his senior year of college, and then my mom continued to play after college, and my dad took a break for 10 years and then came back. But growing up, I was always around rugby. My parents invented a few different rugby programs for my brother, my sister, and I. And I've really been playing. I think the first time I did competition rugby was like when I was like 7-ish, and that was like a little touch league. But my first like actual rugby season was in middle school.
Okay, so it's a family affair. Brother and sister, do they play still?
My brother does for Dayton men's team, but my sister does not anymore.
That's pretty cool. What do you remember, like as a young lad, what do you remember most about liking rugby? Did you play other sports, and where did rugby rank for you? Because there's not a whole lot of programs for small young kids here in the States, and obviously outside of different parts of the world. You grow up playing rugby from 5 or 6 years old, barefoot and running around the pitch, right? So what do you remember about being a young guy that made you want to stick with rugby?
Yeah, so my brother is 6 years older than me. So when he was in high school rugby, he was playing with a bunch of his friends, and my dad was coaching that team, so I was always getting dragged to every single practice, and him just being around his friends and having fun and the camaraderie with that is really what stuck in my mind. And then like I played other sports. I played track, cross country, football, wrestling. I really liked wrestling. I stuck with wrestling all throughout high school, but it's always rugby first with me.
I think you were a tackling dummy or a tackling bag for your.
I was too small back then. They had some big boys on that team.
Let's talk a little bit about maybe some of the coaches that have really influenced you. Obviously, your dad and your mom,
Yeah.
and they're close enough to come to all the home games. I'm assuming, right?
They come to every
They
game.
don't miss it. They don't miss
Yeah.
one. That's what moms and dads do, buddy.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. But maybe other than that, talk about some of the other coaches that have influenced you and how that shaped you to become the player that's getting ready to try to win a national championship in 3 short days.
Yeah, so Coach Macy at Lindenwood, Josh Macy, he really helped when I was coming out of high school. I like to think that I'm a good rugby player now, but coming out of high school, I was real American style rugby player, just run it down your throat, no other
Mm-hmm.
skills really needed. And that worked in high school, but being at his program and learning under him really broadened my game. I like to think that I came in as a high school rugby player and then came out as a full-fledged collegiate player. So a lot of my growth and development is thanks to him. But then after that, coming here to Bowling Green, Coach Austin Morris, he's always reminded me that hey, you had a good game, you can do better, you can like think of the bigger picture. Like, yeah, you can run this guy over, or you can make one extra pass and it can be a team score. So he's always helping me keep in mind more of the team aspect and really pushing me to just be better.
That's great. I love the perspective. Big fish, small pond in high
Yeah.
school, but then you get up with the fellas, with the boys. And listen, man, coming in as a freshman, and then think about you now, right? You've been in college for
Yeah.
5 years.
I would have ate myself alive.
You would have been licking your chops, staring down at
Yeah.
I feel like I'm coming after that guy right there. We'll talk about so now. So I really appreciate that. It's good to hear you talk about, and maybe just it's breaking things down to be just more mechanically and fundamentally sound instead of just running one straight line as an American rugby player. Just really getting influences from all of the different kind of coaches, I think, is a big deal. So it sounds like you were open to that feedback and open to growing and developing, and that's really a really cool aspect of watching young college players go through. So kudos to you. Maybe so talk about, is there one moment or a couple or so that really stand out on the pitch when you said, I am a rugby player? You remember, like, was it a big tackle? Was it a score? Was it a victory? What was it?
Yeah, so it's actually there's one that's really in my mind from this last game that we played against Louisville. So
Okay.
Louisville is our rivals, our in-conference rivals, and there has been some bad blood here and there, but they always give us hard-fought matches, and it's always back and forth. And we had previously lost to them this season twice, and once in regular season and once in MAC, and we
Both
got
to the same score, which was odd, right? 22-32.
I think so, yeah. And we got a chance to avenge that this last weekend in the national semifinals, and it's pretty deep into the game. They've got the ball, and it was like right by the sideline where all the fans are, and I hit a big counter ruck. I think it was like me against like two or three guys. I might have had some help on my back in the moment. It felt like I was moving mountains
You sure?
and I hit that counter ruck, and then I'm amped. I'm just like so hyped, and I turn to the stands and I lock eyes with my brother, and I
Oh
just start
man,
screaming,
come
and
on.
and he's screaming back. He's smacking the fence, and that's really just gonna stick with me.
Spit's flying out of the mouth. You
Yeah,
got that brotherly
I
love.
lost my mouth guard.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I just got goosebumps, man. I feel like I was there. Your crowd, by the way, your fans and your alumni. Wow.
Yeah,
We broadcast, Hayes and I broadcast the game against Clemson up there last year. Man, it was cold and wet and very Midwestern. I'm Midwestern, and I've lost my sensibilities living in Charleston for the last 10 years. And by the way, it's colder here today than it is in Bowling Green. I checked.
really.
So
We've got snow on the ground. I don't know if you guys.
well, we don't knock that stuff off. Forecast looks like 74 and sunny in Houston on Saturday for you boys, so that'll be a lot nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what a moment. What a moment. I wish any chance anyone caught that on film or camera from the sideline.
I haven't seen it, but
You got to track that down, dude.
I'm definitely gonna have my parents reach out to the parents group chat and see if we can pull up that.
That's pretty cool. He had to be stoked for you, man.
Yeah, he sent me a text after the game talking about that, and I was like, I remember that very vividly.
Think about seeing baby bro blow someone up like that. All those tackling dummy bags from growing up paid off, man. Well, that's great. Well, maybe talk about those are great moments. Maybe what's a part of rugby? We like those big hits, those big moments, the victories, but maybe what's a part of rugby that is difficult, not necessarily physically, but maybe more so mentally or even spiritually or along those lines? Like, what's something that most people don't understand how difficult it is to play rugby?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a sneakily intuitive game. Like everyone sees us out there and they're like, oh, they're just running into each other and they're tackling. But during games, you have a lot that you're thinking about, whether it's what position do I need to be at, like how am I coming into this tackle? When I'm coming into this tackle, what's my footwork look like? Where am I placing my shoulder on his body? Like kicking advantage, where are we trying to put the ball? Are they going to kick back? Are they going to counterattack? And like even before you even step on the field, like all the prep that you do for a team before you get there, scouting out key players, like line out plays, what they like to do off rucks, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of brain power, and I think that's an underrated aspect of rugby.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of knuckleheads just going out to smash and clobber pints afterwards, right? There is a lot of strategy. There's a lot of think about what you're talking about. Like that's why it's so critical on just the basics, footwork, hands, passing, catching. Like you can't be necessarily thinking about those things while you're in game. It's just got to almost be
Yeah, yeah, and
memory,
that
right?
comes
Muscle
from a
memory.
lot of practice, a lot of practice.
So, what is it about the sport of rugby that you love most?
I would say probably just the camaraderie. Like I've been in a lot of different programs. I've had the opportunity to play through a lot of different select sides and different like academy sides, and everywhere that I've played, I've made good friends. Like I was playing at Lindenwood for 2 years, and I have a buddy who's from England that I met there, and we just coincidentally were staying at the same place this summer up in Boston, and we were playing together and we got reunited, and the friendship might not have been the most like thought through when we were at Lindenwood, but then we came and we're hanging out in Boston this summer, and now we're real tight. We talk all the time, and it's just I don't know if you get that in other sports. Like obviously you can make friends on other teams if you're playing like football or hockey or something like that. But I have guys that I play two games a season against every year, and they're best pals.
Yeah, so that the gift that you don't realize when you start playing rugby that it's a lifelong gift that you get, and whether you see your pal in England ever again, or you see a teammate, I mean, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, man, you pick right back up, and you've got this bond that no one can take away, which I think which is pretty cool, man. So that's what you love about rugby. What do you love most about playing at BGSU?
Probably the history. This crest has a lot going on with it. We're a very storied program, and I'm really just honored to be a part of it and trying to stamp part of my legacy in this weekend.
Speaking of that, so yeah, I'm really impressed by everything I've learned and read here over the last couple of days prepping for this. What about traditions? Like, what's the coolest tradition that you love at BGSU?
So we have our own field. It's out like by the edge of campus, out by our airport that we have on campus. Um, and the field's here, and then we have like a little garage shed right here that butts right up against the field. And every home match, we use that as our locker room. And every home match, all the starting 23 get to go into it. We turn all the lights off as we're jerseying up, we start playing "Shipping Out to Boston" real loud on some speakers.
That won't get you fired up.
Yeah, and then we're sitting there and we're banging on the garage door. Everyone's jumping up and down, hooting and hollering, and we rip it open. Everyone runs out. We've got all of our fans on the sides, and then we've got a tunnel with all the guys that aren't playing, getting us hyped. Then we run onto the field, and and we're ready to start the game. And I think that's got to be the best one.
They can fit all 23 of you big boys in there?
It's a big shed. It's a big
Okay,
shed.
good. Well, maybe one of these days you're going to be lining that field as well too, watching some of the younger guys. You're carrying on the tradition and the heritage there. Sounds like a bunch of legends are proud to be part of the program. That's pretty amazing. One quick thing before we start to get into some fun questions and just goof around a little bit here. You talk about your pal in England. Obviously, there's sort of many different styles of rugby, whether it's the South African, New Zealand, English, Irish, all that. In American rugby's tough to get people excited in the States. And so one of the things that, Ryan and I just are trying to get more eyes and ears on it in any way we can, doing conversations like this and broadcasting games and making it fun. But how would you pitch rugby to someone in the US that really doesn't know about it? Why they want to watch, why they want to learn about it?
Yeah, so I think the biggest limiting factor with people getting into rugby is they see it as competition for football, when really we're giving two completely separate products. Our product is, people compare them because it's a lot of run the ball, hit hard, a lot of action throughout the game. But our product is a lot more like soccer than it is like football. Like it's 80 minutes of constant action. There's multiple
Non-stop action.
yeah, there's multiple different facets of the game. You've got kicks flying over, you've got rucks, you've got scrums. It's really a big difference between the rigid set formulation of football. And I would say um it's just more free flowing. And I would recommend, what I always tell people if I'm trying to recruit them to get them out is, come try one practice, two
Just
practices.
once.
If you don't like it after that, hey, no harm, no foul. You got a hour and a half long workout at a practice.
Yeah.
But for anybody that's just maybe not able to play and just wants to watch, I would recommend try watching at least one game. And if you think it's all wumbo jumbo and what, you lost 80 minutes,
Yeah. Just get them to come out one time, especially for the
Yeah.
big fellas, when they know that they can carry the ball and dot one
Yeah.
down potentially. That's
Yeah.
that's addictive for sure. I like it. My two boys that played football all through high school, but found rugby and just fell in love with it. It's kind of more of a we versus me mentality as well, right? It's
Okay.
more of for me, it's truly one of the greatest team sports, and it's crazy. You're trying to advance the ball forward by passing it backwards. It doesn't really make sense. But once you get a little, it gets in your blood, man. It's hard to get out. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool. How about some more? Like, let's have some more, not as serious questions. Things that I always love asking these types of questions, like, what is it like at the bottom of a ruck? Like, what does it sound
Oh,
like? What's it smell like?
yeah.
What's it
Well,
feel like?
first off, there are a lot of different smells. A lot of these rugby guys, sometimes they're not always putting deodorant on before games.
That might be a tactical maneuver, though.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're a big prop and you have to scrum with that BO. But it's super chaotic.
Yeah.
It's there are times when you're stuck under there and you've got 7 different pairs of legs all pinching you in, and you're trying your best to swim out of it. Yeah, yeah. It can get a little rough, especially if there are spare cleats flying around and you
Hmm.
accidentally catch one to the ribs.
Yeah. What about when you're down in the bottom of that ruck or bottom of a scrum because you're one of the big fellows in the pack, right?
Yeah.
Any what's the cheekiest name you've been called, or any good trash talk that we can say that's not too profane, but anything that's really funny or that just really sticks out?
My boys in the pack, every time we're getting amped. This isn't necessarily trash talk, but every time we're getting amped for some big scrums and pivotal points of the games, we'll always start screaming, "I feel bugs under my skin. I feel bugs," and trying to get us
Yeah.
amped and itching to roll that scrum right over.
Yeah, the other boys across on the other side here that are like, oh man, I like it. That's some good mental strategy there. I love it. What about this? Have you ever caught any cards, mustard or ketchup?
Yeah, so I've caught a few cards. This last game that we had against Louisville, I caught one. That luckily that one was only mustard. It was with the last 5 minutes of the game left, and I just caught a tackle and we hit heads,
Well,
and
hi.
they had to send me off for that, and that gave Louisville the opportunity to capitalize. And
Oh man.
score and then put us into overtime, which I was feeling down in the dumps about that, but I got to come back on for overtime and correct that mistake.
Hey, real quick, tell me about that because we were broadcasting in the Tennessee A&M game and couldn't watch yours. So how did you pull that out?
Yeah, so,
Tough to beat
it
someone
was
3 times in a row, right? Louisville got you
yeah.
twice. So,
Yeah. I feel like it was just a lot of determination from the boys. We play them year in, year out, at least around 2 times a year. So we both know each other's programs pretty well. We know what we
yeah,
like to do. So preparation really it's more mental, I feel like, than it is actual like game preparation because you can only prep so much before or it doesn't matter. And when
gotta
you play each
execute there,
other
right?
yeah, when you play each other so much, it starts to get to that point, but I feel like every time we come on the field, it's whoever really digs down deep and finishes through that full 80 minutes normally comes out on top, and I think the boys executed very well. We had a couple of times where we could have executed just a little bit better, but
Yep.
but from minute 0 to minute 86, the boys were firing, and even though Louisville was doing a very good job keeping us on our toes. I'm real proud with the boys and how they finished out.
Dude, be honest, how good did it feel that you actually won that game given the fact that that mustard gave them a little bit of an advantage? Was it a huge relief?
Yeah, it was. We were all very excited. We got that ball over that white line at the end, and we heard the whistle blow, and everyone just started jumping up and down, giving hugs, and
Yeah.
really kudos to Louisville. They played a great game and had a great season. And I think those 2 losses earlier in the season that they really earned gave us the opportunity to dig deep for that win.
Well, you'll see those guys again and again and again, right?
Yeah.
Conference rivals, and you guys battle pretty hard. I was going to ask you, like, what the best pitch, not Coach Ma's feel, but what's the best pitch that you've played on it? I don't think it was the blue one that I saw on film
No.
on the.
No,
Wow.
definitely not that blue one. That it just hurts the eyes. It's
Yeah.
a full choice, but
Was it tricky when you played on that pitch?
not really. I mean, it might have been for them because we were wearing dark jerseys, but Louisville they were wearing white and red, so it was pretty easy to distinguish with them.
Big
But
contrast.
yeah, but I was looking at the film on that, and it's hard to watch that film.
Yeah, it's tough. So what's the
But
best one you played on? Your most favorite one?
yeah, so there's a field in Elkhart, Indiana. I can't remember the exact name of the field, but that grass is like it's like pillows. It's so soft. It's probably
It's
the
like
the best pitch that I've ever been on, and getting tackled on it, you're like, oh, I couldn't even notice I got tackled.
that's
It's
where
like,
they play the high school national championships, right?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I tell you what, Clemson's got a field that grass is real thick. It's like a 1975 shag carpet. That's what I've
Hmm.
heard. That field's up in Elkhart as well too. Those just real pillowy, soft.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
It's
privilege to get tackled on that grass.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
really it's outstanding.
that's good. What about any pregame superstitions that you have?
I always make sure. So I like to do the football taping where I tape the fingers. So that's a big one that I do, and then I always have my wrists taped, and I always write some Bible verses on those, and
Attaboy.
that and then my pregame music. I can't do
Who are we
pregame.
listening to?
So it's a lot of like grunge rock in the early 2000s. So I'll listen to like 30 Seconds to Mars, like Three Doors Down, Linkin Park, stuff like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Get you amped up. All right. What about you just win your big match? You're playing in at home. Is there a go-to spot for grub? What's a great spot on campus that you go to and that you order, and what's the best?
So I'm a big Chipotle guy after games. I'm just a big Chipotle guy in general. I love Chipotle, so you always catch me at Chipotle. But there's also a small like I say breadsticks, but they're like this big and they're like filled with cheese and stuff. It's called Campus Poly Eyes. They have one of them right by campus, and that's always good eats.
The people at Chipotle probably know you. You probably sweet talking for the extra, like an extra scoop
Yeah,
here.
I'm always trying. I'm always trying.
Yeah, you gotta you got to make sure you know when your favorite people are there so they can give you the
Yeah.
extra juice, man. All right, what about this? So you win the national title. You bring a second title to the Falcons, right? Your first one was back in 2018. So you guys win the Natty on Saturday, and they make a movie about your family, a rugby family. Who's playing you? What actor plays you in a movie?
He might be a little old and I might not be handsome enough, but I would really like Jake Gyllenhaal.
There we go. Hey,
Yeah,
don't
I'm a big Jake fan, so
are you okay? I love the answer. I could see it, and hey, don't discount yourself. You're a handsome lad. Speaking of the mustache, I got to go there because it's one of the things my partner Hayes and I always we love calling out the who's got the best flow or the best mustache. And there's a
yeah.
guy on Tennessee that you're going to see Saturday. He's there 11, and he's got a fabulous mustache. It's a handlebar. He likes to get the wax out there, so keep an eye out for him, man. He's pretty
Yeah.
good. And then on Clemson, we've got a guy named Luke Mersch. He's a big Philly guy. Go Birds is what we call him. But the mustache is a handsome look. So who's got the best mustache or best flow on your squad right now?
So our tight head prop, Cody Luther, he's a big boy. He's like 6'4", 6'5", like maybe 320, and he's just got some lustrous blonde, dirty blonde hair, and it's not necessarily a mustache, but he's got a big old beard and a real thick stash up there, and he really rocks it. He looks kind of like a caveman, but like a distinguished caveman,
Oh,
if that makes sense. Yeah, like a caveman with a tie, a little bit.
man, it's a sophisticated caveman.
Yeah.
And does he wear deodorant at the bottom of the scrum and the rucks?
Sometimes I cannot tell. Sometimes I can.
Oh man, speaking of teammates, who are some of your all time faves, man? I know the
um,
list is probably long, but if you got a couple of go to mates,
yeah.
who are they?
Yeah, so at BG, Joey Apel, my 15, he's a phenomenal player, and he's a great leader.
All American?
Yeah,
Yep,
he's a two-time
he's pretty good.
All-American, and having him back there at 15, it really eases my heart. Really, if it's a one-on-one tackle with Joe on a break, I'm trusting Joe.
He's like your security blankie.
Yeah, that, and then here still at BG, Jake Capel, our 10. Um, he's a smaller guy, 5'9", 5'10", but he's
Is he feisty?
the amount of times I've seen a big 6'4", 240 shredded guy running at Jake, and then Jake just chops him down, and then the way he can control our offense is just it's unreal. Those two
I love
guys,
those size differences. It just shows
yeah.
and proves this is a game for everybody, for every size, every type of an athlete, man.
Yeah. But those two guys really they stick out. And then going back to my high school days, uh, a guy named Matt Verdes who went on to play at University of Kentucky, and I got the pleasure of seeing him on the pitch last year in our national championship game.
Oh
But
yeah.
I played with him for 3 years in high school, and I really couldn't ask for a better teammate than Matt.
Yeah, those Kentucky boys are good dudes. They're well coached.
Yeah.
We ran into those guys and you guys last year from the Clemson standpoint. So all good rugby players. Well, how would you describe, if you had 3 words to describe a BGSU like the ultimate BGSU rugby legend? How would you describe that player?
3 words?
Or more? It's up to you.
No, I'll stick with the 3. I think that's a good concept. I'd go eccentric.
Mm,
I'd go determined and passionate.
okay.
I think that encapsulates rugby G pretty well.
Rugby guys are eccentric. They're
Yeah,
different breed, man. I like it. That's a great way. They're eccentric, but also unique, right? It's a
yeah,
great way to I always, when I see the orange and brown color scheme, yeah, obviously you think of the Cleveland Browns, it kind of fitting for that northwestern part of Ohio. How does it feel wearing that orange and brown?
it's unreal. Just the amount of past we have that we get reminded of every game with all the alum and parents coming through.
Yeah.
It's really a surreal feeling, and then the falcon on the chest really just it means the world. And being able to represent this club and hopefully bring a second national championship home for it would mean the world.
That would be great. I'm looking at your roster, and man, it is 85, 90% Ohio boys. So
Yeah,
like you've got that part of the rugby in that part of the country, and that's part of the state locked down. So I know there's a ton of pride and heritage. The record speaks for itself. Multiple national title chases. This would be your second. Multiple MAC titles as well too. Man, you can just, when we were there, you could just feel that there's something special about your program. You can feel the heritage. Um, let's maybe wrap this up here. A couple of final questions. I think I could probably, it's a kind of a loaded question, but what are you going to miss most when you take that orange and brown off, when you hang those boots up for the last time as a Falcon rugby player?
probably my teammates. I've played in a lot of different programs, and it's really the people that surround you are what either make or break it. And the boys here at BG are really outstanding, and I couldn't ask for better teammates, really.
Awesome. Great answer. And then if you could give me one word, how you would describe your experience at BGSU playing rugby. How does it make you feel at the end of the day? How does it really make you feel?
Enthusiastic.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What about all right. So I know you've got some finals. You've got some studying to do. It's hectic. You guys are getting ready to take off for Houston tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Anything that's on your mind you just want to share about the opportunity in front of you, or maybe a good soundbite for your alumni and everyone that loves BGSU rugby?
I'm just real excited to represent the club in my second national championship appearance, and hopefully bring back our second national championship. And just everybody, I hope you come out or tune in this weekend and give us all your support. We'll need it.
Yeah, very good. So it's on NCR TV. So we'll certainly be tuning in from Charleston, cheering on both you and our Tennessee in conference squad as well. We know those guys fairly well, but I'm really looking a lot of orange on the pitch
A lot of
Saturday.
yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch it from afar. It's been great getting to know you, getting to know your program a little bit. I wish you and the rest of your teammates and your coaching and all the legends that have played before you best of luck. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Maybe we'll get a chance to catch up afterwards and have another chat. But it's been great getting to know you, Phil, and best of luck to you and BGSU rugby, buddy.
You too, man. Thank you.
All right. Hey, this is Swish with Just Rocking with you, our RUCK YEAH Player Series with Phil Tracey, getting eyes and ears on more rugby here in the U.S., and we'll be back with another one later.